All right. Live.
We love.
We live. No, 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 no.
Well, they're live. I'm not live.
Yeah. Here we go, baby. Day number 3. All right.
Day 3.
So, we're going to start off with the woman at the well. So, at the time, the Jews and the Samaritans, they didn't really get along very well. Jews were like, yo, Samaritans, you guys are like fake Jews, basically. Like, not full. So they didn't, yeah. So around the time to get to like Jerusalem and all that, they would go like around Samaria instead of going through it, because going through it would be like faster, obviously, but going around it adds like another day's journey to their travel. But that's how much they
Oh, it
just
was
didn't.
that bad.
That's how much they didn't like going through Samaria. So. Now Jesus learned that the Pharisees had heard that he was gaining and baptizing more disciples than John, although in fact it was not Jesus who baptized, but his disciples. So he left Judea and went back once more to Galilee. Now he had sorry man, I'm tripping right now. He had to go through Samaria, so he came to a town in Samaria called Sychar. I don't know. That's the best I can pronounce it. Near the plot,
Some of the name, yeah, some of the names are.
yeah, near the plot of ground Jacob had given to his son Joseph. Jacob's well was there, and Jesus, tired as he was from the journey, sat down by the well. It was about noon. When the Samaritan woman came to draw water, Jesus said to her, "Will you give me a drink?" His disciples had gone into the town to buy food, so he sent them away so he could have this moment with this woman, basically, like without interruption, just pure like like one-on-one convo, like that. That's probably like the big reason like he just went through Samaria too. It's just like just to reach this woman, which is kind of cool to think about how God will always seek you out, no matter if you're like a Samaritan or like Jew.
Like, yeah, like you personally. It's just, it just adds so much more. Just like, he wants to know, like, you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. That's just so powerful to me.
Yeah, I mean, and a woman. During back in the day, women weren't as valued as men, unfortunately. So that too. That's another thing about Jesus' teachings that differ from like every other religion. It's just and the not Jesus' teachings even, just the Bible in general involves women like Ruth, Esther, just all throughout it. Alright, the Samaritan woman said to him, "You are a Jew, and I am a Samaritan woman. How can you ask me for a drink?" For Jews did not associate with Samaritans. So, yeah, back to what we were saying earlier. Jesus answered her, "If you knew the gift of God and who it is that asks you for a drink, you would have asked him, and he would give you living water." "Sir," the woman said, "you have nothing to draw with, and the well is deep. Where can you get this living water? Are you greater than our father Jacob, who gave us the well and drank from it himself? Also did his sons also as did his sons and livestock." Jesus answered, "Everyone who drinks this water will be thirsty again, but whoever drinks the water I give them will never thirst. Indeed, the water I give them will become in them a spring of water welling up to eternal life." The woman said to him, "Sir, give me this water so that I won't get thirsty and have to keep coming here to draw water." And so here's where it gets spicy, man. That's where it gets spicy. So it's like,
Yeah, like,
so she's over here,
13, 14.
yeah, she's over here like thinking it's literal water and she won't actually have to, keep going over there and getting water. Also, it's important to note that the time of day that they're over there, like it's just her. Usually back in the day, the men worked and then the women would go get like the water, do some chores at home and all that. So they had to go out, and usually the women came out in packs and stuff together, but she's alone. She's kind of like an outcast of society too. which is kind of like another important thing, like why Jesus went up to her. She's just like, outcast. So, where did we end off? Yeah, right here. Alright. He told her, go call your husband back. She said, I have no husband. Jesus said to her, yeah, you are right when you say you have no husband. The fact is, you have had 5 husbands, and the man you are with now is not your husband. What you have said is not quite true. Wait, what you have just said is quite true. Man, I am like tongue-tied today. Sir, the woman replied, I can see that you are a prophet. Our ancestors worshipped on this mountain, but you Jews claim that the place that we must worship is in Jerusalem. Woman, Jesus replied, believe me, a time is coming when you will worship the Father neither on mountain nor in Jerusalem. So, the living water he's talking about is just the Spirit. You don't have to go to an actual physical building in order to worship God. God's always with you. And also, this is him proving his power to her, because she's like, I have no husband, when he tested her. And then he comes and tells her everything she ever did, which is an impossibility. So she's like, whoa, hold up. You Samaritans worship what you do not know. We worship what we do know, for salvation is from the Jews. From, not for, exclusive, from. Jesus is Jewish, like he came from the Jewish race. So salvation's from the Jews. God chose the Jews as his people. So yet a time is coming and has now come when the true worshippers will worship the Father in the Spirit and truth, for they are the kind of worshippers that the Father seeks. God is Spirit, and his worshippers must worship in the Spirit and truth. The woman said, I know that Messiah. So I know that Messiah is coming. When he comes, he will explain everything to us. And Jesus declares to himself, I am the one speaking to you. I am he. Also, another important note is, like, outside of, like, his disciples and all that, like, this is, I think, the first time, like, recorded that he actually says, like, reveals himself as the Messiah. Because, like, he's been keeping it, like, low-key during his ministry, But that's, like, I think, I could be wrong, but I think that this is the first time he, like, reveals, which is also a cool thing to her, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I was reading through this, I was like, man, because like she's like, yeah, I know, when Christ comes, he'll tell us everything. As she is sitting there speaking to him,
Mm-hmm. That's
and I don't know, man. That was just really like, wow.
I am he. Baller. Have you guys seen anything of, like, The Chosen? It's really good for helping, like, visualize all of this. Like, it's accurate.
I haven't.
It's a good show, and it's like you can just look it up. It's free to watch. So, like, it's really good, interesting, and it helps visualize what you're reading. So, because when I just read through all that, I just saw, like, the entire scene in my head. It's powerful, man. Honest to goodness, we could look it
I've
up
seen
here.
clips of it.
Have you guys seen the clip, at least, of the woman at the well?
No, I haven't.
We should
I don't
watch.
think
We
I
should. We
have.
should watch that scene, like, when we finish this up. Cause that'd be cool. All right, this is kind of like the next segment. If anyone wants to take over, and I think there's, yeah, those two can go together.
All right, I got you.
Sorry, hold on. Let me.
Just
clear
then,
this
his
ad.
disciples were.
There we go. You're good.
There's a lot of ads, man.
Just
the
look
guy
away
right
from the
there.
left side.
Just then, his disciples returned and were surprised to find him talking with a woman. But no one asked, what do you want, or why are you talking with her? Then, leaving her water jar, the woman went back into town and said to the people, come see a man who told me everything I ever did. Could this be the Messiah? They came out of town and made their way toward him. Meanwhile, his disciples urged him, Rabbi, eat something. But he said to them, I have food to eat that you know nothing about. Then his disciples said to each other, could someone have brought him food? My food, said Jesus, is to do do the will of him who sent me, and to finish his work. Do you have a saying? Don't you have a saying? It's still 4 months until harvest. I tell you, open your eyes and look to the fields. They are ripe for harvest.
So
Even now,
that's
the
going
one
back
who
with
reaps.
us, like just the non-believers. It's still applicable to like this day. Just like open
Mhm.
your eyes, the fields. Like there's plenty of people. Sorry, I just wanted to
Like it's like
throw that in there.
many people who are just like they're there. It is ripe. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Harvest is
like
plenty.
they're just on that. It's like
Well,
maybe they're just
especially during this time too, because like, you know, Jesus coming and establishing the new covenant and all that. Like everybody is to be harvest. You can keep going.
even now the one who reaps draws a wage and harvests a crop for eternal life, so that the sower and the reaper may be glad together. Thus the saying, one sows and another reaps, is true. I sent you to reap what you have not worked for. Others have done the hard work, and you have reaped the benefits of their labor. Which I think means like someone before them, like just sown the seed, like they just planted the idea, and then the disciples come around and they really like give him that push, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. I don't know if I have like a good answer for that one at the moment. Can't I can't think of anything to say. Really, that's not kind of already said there. Here, you want to finish this off, Phoenix, and then because this one's a whole
Yeah,
new
I got you.
story.
Many of the Samaritans from that town believed in him because of the woman's testimony. He told me everything I ever did. So when the Samaritans came to him, they urged him to stay with them, and he stayed 2 days. And because of his words, many more became believers. They said to the woman, "We no longer believe just because of what you have said. Now we have heard for ourselves, and we know this man is really the savior of the world."
Yeah. So I mean that's why testimonies are powerful. I mean we go through various trials and all that, but we can use that for good. Like, if you have a drinking problem, you can use that testimony of how like you overcame that to other people who have
Hmm.
drinking problems, relate to them. It's powerful stuff.
Yeah,
But
which like,
these guys got to actually hear it from Jesus himself too, which is
mhm.
pretty awesome.
Yeah, I think like your message is a lot stronger when you come from that place. Like, yeah, I know what that is like
Mhm.
because I've done it. I've been there. I've been in those shoes.
It also is admirable though, because many of the Samaritans from that town believed in him just off the testimony alone. It's powerful.
Hmm.
All right, Colby.
Also, I love how Jesus stayed in Samaria.
Yeah, I mean he's never in a hurry. He's
Like,
got, he's got big destinations to get to, but all throughout the entire like Gospels, he always takes his time and focuses his like attention on the one person in front of him. Like if someone says something out to him, he just stops. Like if he's on a journey, he'll just stop and talk. Cause
yeah, like he
that
was
person in that
going to some
moment,
massive towns.
that person in that moment is just the
Like,
most important person in the world in his eyes. It's just pretty cool.
people say, "Hey, can you just stay here for a little bit?" And he's like, "All right, I'll stay a couple days."
This one
Oh,
is
I
a
just love that.
this one's a crazy story right here that Colby gets to read.
Oh, I've seen this one. I've seen this one on The Chosen, I think. I've seen this scene. Like, I just see that little part down. Okay. After 2 days, he left for Galilee. Now, Jesus himself had pointed out that a prophet has no honor in his own country. When he arrived in Galilee, the Galileans?
Yeah.
Galileans?
Yeah, you got it.
Galileans?
Mhm.
Okay, welcomed him. They had seen all that he had done in Jerusalem at the Passover festival, for they also had been there.
Yeah.
Once more he visited
Cana.
Cana in Galilee, where he had turned the water into wine, and where was a certain royal official whose son lay sick at
Capernaum.
Capernaum. Thank you. When this man had heard that Jesus had arrived from Galilee, from Judah, he went to him and begged him to come and heal his son, who was close to death. Sorry.
Hmm.
Unless you people see signs and wonders, Jesus told him, will never believe. The royal official said, "Sir, come down before my child dies." "Go," Jesus replied, "your son will live." The man took Jesus at his word and departed. While he was still on the way, his servants met him with the news that his boy was living. When he inquired as to the time when his son got better, they said to him, "Yesterday, at 1 in the afternoon, the fever left him." That is so cool that like they had the time. It's like
Hmm.
at 1 in the afternoon.
It's just they
Yeah,
they
that-
didn't even need to include that detail, but they did. Like, there's a lot
Yeah,
of things that's
they
like,
did.
Bro, like, the exact moment.
mm-hmm,
Then the father realized that it was the exact time at which Jesus had said to him, "Your son will live." So he and his whole household believed. This was the second sign Jesus performed after coming from Judah to Galilee.
yeah. And this is pronounced Judea, by the way. Just like,
Oh, Judea?
yeah, Judea.
Okay,
Judah is just
My bad.
Juda. No, you're good. I just want to let you know because there's like a slight difference.
gotcha. Judea. Okay.
Yeah, I can definitely see how you got Judah though. Like,
This is the scene where he was Roman, wasn't it? The royal official.
um,
I know it doesn't say
I
it here,
think
but in the chosen
yeah.
he was
Well,
Roman.
there is one gospel where a centurion comes up to him about his servant that is sick. So I think this is probably the same story, just from a different POV. So he's writing it without some details. You know what I mean? John kind of has been going through
Yeah.
it a lot faster than you would get in like Mark. You know, so like we're kind of actually
Yeah.
flying through the story, but like for further detailed and all that, like that's just what's cool about the gospel though. They're not just copy and paste. These are like, like people writing from their memory from like,
Yeah, it's all like completely different POVs, yeah.
but it's all the same stuff.
And like you can just tell like just someone else wrote it just by reading it.
And if you want just the full detailed thing, you can just compare from all of them. They're all the same story, but you can get extra details from each one and piece it together for the full completion of the works, which is cool. But yeah, it's pretty awesome, cause he's over here. He's talking like, cause you people see signs and wonders, but you'll never believe. I mean, everybody these days is like, God, like, show me a sign, show me a sign, but they just don't have the faith like this man did right here when he's just like, he's just begging him. He's like, come down before my child dies, but like Jesus knew his faith and was like, go, your son will live.
Yeah, that said a lot in the gospel. Like people come up to him and Jesus goes, "Your faith has healed you."
Mm-hmm. And he doesn't even have to.
Because they just
And mind you, it took him like a journey to get over there, and I mean, Jesus was nowhere near him. Like he just did it. Like he doesn't have to put his hands. He doesn't have to do anything ritualistic. I mean, it's just faith,
He just does it. It just
Mhm.
happens.
which is something I
No
struggle with a
ritual or
lot.
no,
It's
like-
like, do I even have enough faith? Because I mean, he talks about if you have the faith the size of a mustard seed, you can tell a mountain to get up and throw it in the sea, which is like insane to think about. But yeah,
yeah, it's definitely something I struggle with.
it's a good chapter here. I think
No,
we
I really do like. I like that story.
yeah. You think we're at a good wrapping spot for today?
I mean, yeah, if everyone.
Yeah, I just don't
We're
know
all
if I have
good,
any
yeah.
more to add
Yeah.
to this chapter. But yeah. W. We're gonna keep going. Consistent.
Have a
So,
great night.
all right, bye, stream.